or if the shell is very thin, then the balot producer won't buy. Okay, let's say I'm Mr. Duck Farmer and all my ducks lay eggs and they lay in a muddy area. Right? Now, if I'm a balot producer, I'm not gonna buy any of those eggs if they're muddy. Why? You can't wet a fresh duck egg. It has to be dry. Right? So that you have your pen where they lay always has to have rice hull, right? Like hay. So it always has to be dry, has to be clean. The ducks can't step on it, right? That's what is, why do I have to make salted eggs? Just so at least I can still make some money. The real money is actually in balot. Salted egg is like a way to augment income. Red salted eggs. Now, once that egg is turned into a salted egg, it's colored with a red, thick red coloring, right? Now apparently, that red coloring is toxic, carcinogenic. It's linked to cancer. Okay? So when we started the business, we said we want to make it yellow, but not for that reason. We had no idea yet. And we researched and found that out. So we immediately stopped. How to color eggs using natural dye. And then this mother taught us in 10 minutes how to color eggs using turmeric, right? So we took that 10 minutes from YouTube, we took it to the enchanted farm, took it to this hut, and said, okay guys, we have to do what she did with 300 eggs. Then we're gonna have to do it with 600 eggs, and now we're doing it with 1,000 eggs a week. It's a specific heat, you know, you can't overcook it. You have to mix a little vinegar. Oh no, trade secret. You have to measure everything, your heating time, everything is just wow. You know, in short, a pain in the ass. But we go for it. We did it.
As a part of their Social Entrepreneurship Awareness Program, Gawad Kalinga Center for Social Innovation holds social innovation camps every month in the Enchanted Farm in Bulacan to get interested people acquainted with what social entrepreneurship has to offer them and the society. In this camp, participants are toured inside the farm, where the community benefiting from all the produce and profits of the social entrepreneurs reside. Also, the participants get to see the vast farmland where all natural products can be found. Emerging social entrepreneurs and their business partners from the community also give informative and inspiring lectures about the success story of their businesses to the participants. This camp is not only for the typical grown-up who suddenly had a change of heart and left the corporate world to be a social entrepreneur. The goal of this camp is to encourage you, college students and fresh graduates, to use your fresh experiences and knowledge to build businesses not only for you, but also for the people. A social enterprise can be considered successful if you look at it as having two sides of a coin. The business owner gains his or her profit accordingly to plan. The other is that the worker, or as they call them in Gawad Kalinga, the business partners, also gains from it by having a share in the profit.
So just a short background. Yeah, so I was from a university and I met Tito Tony end of 2010. He came to our university and he gave a talk and no one showed up except maybe just about 8 of us. And so when I went to attend, he was really pissed. because he's a really important guy who has a lot of talks to do and a lot of villages to build, communities to build, and young entrepreneurs to mentor. And he went to this talk with only 8 people there, just people from my school or bus. I had no idea who he was. I had no idea what he had done. But I decided to go last minute. And after that talk, about 10 months later, I dropped out of school before finishing my thesis and said, you know what, let's just start this business. Those 4 months could be way more impactful here in the Enchanted Farm. I really didn't believe much of what Tito Tony said, as my professors always said, always question things. So I did, but I also questioned Tito Tony. So after his talk, we all know how he can be. I had such a simple question, and I remember I had no idea who he was, or the book he wrote. And I just asked him, so how do you get the poor to dream more? How do you get the poor to dream more? How do you get them to raise the ceiling? Because I believe that the reason why the poor will stay poor is because they believe that they'll never be more than a driver, never be more than a house helper, never be more than, whatever it is that they can do now. And I said, I think that's the problem, Tito. Well, I was calling him sir at the time because I was super intimidated. And he said, simple, by creating an ecosystem where rich and poor can work together.
Dito ako lumaki sa area na to. Wala po itong area na to, yung sa GK. Nag-aaral pa ako sa elementary dyan sa labas lang ng school namin. So, walking distance. Yung daan na yan is sobrang putik. I carry up my sleeper. Then, dati, pagka nagpapasok sa school, tangkungan yung aming business ng parents ko. Swerte namin kasi merong gawad kalinga na nag-ano sa amin na magbigay ng bahay. Dati prayers lang yun na sana makamit namin. Kasi kung iisipin talaga, kung natural lang na buhay na gulay lang tapos hindi ka makakakuha kagad ng bahay. Hindi ganun kadali. Pero swerte namin kasi nandyan yung bahay. Tapos nandito pa ako. Dati naglalakad ako para magtinda ng gulay kung ano yung tinatanim ng husband ko. But now, dito ako sa area ng dairy house na kumakatok lang sila. Minsan, kinakatok pa ako kasi nasa bahay pa ako na inalagaan ko yung mga anak ko. So, minsan kinakatok pa ako ng mga CSI. Ate Maricel, may mga bisita tayo. So, takbo ko dito.
So, the GKCSI holds a social innovation camp every month. So that's the first step. During those camps, you get to know the social entrepreneurs, their business, and you get to be involved with the operations. So with that experience, it's going to be really fun. So if you started with a really fun experience, everything follows. It happened to me, and I hope to the future participants, it will have the same effect. So there, join the camps.
I joined our junior term abroad program last year in August. Starting August. About 2 weeks before we flew off to our countries. 2 of my friends invited the whole of the junior term abroad class to go on an exposure trip, a pabaon, to the Enchanted Farm. And apart from making new friends, I fell in love with the whole concept. And I saw that they were passionate about what they were doing and how it could actually really help. So natuwa ko naman when Frontline mentioned that they were inviting us to join if we wanted to. I immediately joined. The fact that I'm able to help in my own ways and poverty in a way that I am either empowered to do so because I took it up in school or in a way that I like.
I guess this is where the world is turning. We can create magic in our country. Ayaw ko ipakita sa mundo na kamali ang Diyos na ginawa niya kung Pilipino. No? But that's how many people are living their lives. As if they're in a state of creation. So what I have to regain first is my own dignity. I mean, compassion is important, but empowerment to me is about sustainability. Kasi hindi tayo dinuruan, no, to become excellent for the sake of our country. And then we also pass on this excellence to the poor and to discover the genius of the poor Filipino. Kasi we can make the best jams, we can make the best cheese, we can make the best chocolate. Pati itong kape na ininom ko, galing ito sa sulok. Gawa ng mga pamilya na dati ako sayak. Kasi wala namang tao pinanganak na kriminal o kaya rebelde. It's man's inhumanity to man. It's our neglect of the countryside, that causes all the poverty in the countryside. And when they come here, they come as squatters. But our goal now is to really bring an entire nation out of poverty by creating wealth for those at the bottom of the pyramid. Pero kailangan nyo yung pinakamatalino sa ating next generation na huwag iwanan yung bansa, na huwag iwanan yung mga mahihirap. And for them now, na to use their curiosity, then you will also discover miracles of solidarity. Kasi I have no doubt that together we can end poverty by 2024, which is the slogan, which is our mission. Kaya gusto ko kayo, ang yumaman, mga kabataan. Kasi kaya nyo eh. Okay, kontento na lang yung mga empleyado. Huh? Is that what education is about? It's about freedom. It's about freedom. And you have to create, the greatest wealth in this country so that we can do the most good together. Pero kailangan walang iwanan. Huwag iwanan, ang mayroon.
You see, there's always a way to help our society in one way or another. For these business-minded people, they found a way in their niche on how to serve their goals to earn for a living, and likewise to benefit Filipino communities. Social entrepreneurship, as it has always been mentioned in this program, is a movement where equal footing for everyone is long to be achieved. This episode features Gawad Kalinga Center for Social Innovation and its business social movement in promoting the newfound industry of social entrepreneurship to Filipinos. GKCSI is only one of the many groups and organizations who call for the same cause. We, the Filipinos, are always presented with a choice, an option, and a decision to do whatever possible way we could to make the change that we long aspire for this nation. We are often told that the first step towards this goal is to be the change ourselves. But we understand that in reality, it takes more than just words, but great courage and self-sacrifice to serve. So we end this episode by not imposing this ideology onto you, but rather present you with an option. Maybe not immediately, maybe not tomorrow, or maybe not the next day, or maybe really not at all. But think about it. You have an option now, an option to choose to not just be successful for yourself, but successful with others.